Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bitter Rivals podcast, episode 54, powered by the Game Entertainment and Media. I'm happy to be here talking to you today because guess what happened last night? The Toronto Maple Leafs exercised their demons of a couple weeks ago and beat the Montreal Canadiens.
You know what? It was a banger of a game.
I actually didn't really get to watch. I didn't get to watch much of it because I was at a Stag and Doe. It was on at the Stag and Doe, but I didn't have a sight. Didn't have a sight line. It kind of sucked. But it's just the Stag and Doe was awesome, but not watching the game kind of sucked, is what I meant. Also, at the Stag and Doe, they had a signed Auston Matthews jersey.
And you didn't win it?
I did not win it. I tried really hard, but I did not win it. And I was very upset. I'm not even kidding, I almost went up to the guy who wanted and offered him like a rack. I almost offered him $1,000 for the jersey, but I didn't. But I should have.
I mean, it's definitely worth a lot more than that, so...
Yes, I've never even seen like an Auston Matthews signature before.
Just not off the top of my head I've seen it.
I don't think he does that very much.
I know I've got a couple signed jerseys, left on the wall, so I'm kind of, know the ballpark of signed jerseys, and yeah, that Matthews would have cost you a lot more than $1,000.
You think so? Somebody called the guy whose stag it was. Somebody called him and offered him $1,200. He said he sold in the first day that they announced that there was going to be a signed Matthews jersey, they pre-sold $900 in tickets.
Oh, easily.
It was
So the Habs, because they just did their Children's Foundation, they did the special jerseys for warm up.
Yeah.
The Carey Price jersey, which he did not wear, so it was just a signed Carey Price jersey. On the auction went for about $6,000. So I'm going to assume Matthews is probably in that ballpark.
That's crazy.
Caufield was up around $2,500 last time I checked. It could have went more.
Oh my god! So yeah, you're talking.
Suzuki was up around $2,500. Yeah, you're looking probably 5 easy. It wouldn't surprise me if it hit 10.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of number 34.
Yeah, we might as well talk about it.
Yeah, he's having the greatest season I've ever seen. Plain and simple.
I think by the math, it's one of the best in Leafs history, right?
Oh, it is the best. He's first of all, he needs one more point to tie or to hit 100, and that would be the first time since Doug Gilmour did it in the mid 90s. He's got 58 goals, and what do we have left? 12 games? I think it's 12 games left.
You mean 2 seconds here? 10. You're at 72 games played.
And he's got 58. I seriously, it's possible that he gets 70 goals. It's not likely, but the way that he is playing right now, he might get 70 goals.
That's my thing. I keep looking at him he won't hit 70, and then he keeps fucking hitting 2 a game, and I'm like, shit, he's going to hit 70.
Man, so last night he scored goals number 50 and 51 in his last 50 games. First time somebody's done that since 95-96 when Mario Lemieux did it. I don't think anybody thought in a salary cap era that was possible. I really don't think they did. And I didn't. I never thought I'd see somebody do that again. Never.
I mean, never. There's I definitely could have seen Ovechkin doing it. He didn't, but he's someone I would have seen doing it.
Crosby, that's what I mean.
Similar.
Crosby's not even. I don't think Crosby could have done that. I don't think. I think
early Crosby could have.
He wasn't a goal scorer though. Does he even have a rocket?
No, I don't think so. But still, you know what I mean? He when he first came into the league, it felt like he was scoring every game. You know what I mean? So it felt like he could have done that. And then McDavid is someone else, so I think has the capability to do that. And then Auston Matthews, and outside of that, I don't think there's anyone else.
Yeah,
that I've seen play anyways.
So I have to say it. I don't think we're talking about is Auston Matthews the Hart Trophy winner. I think we're talking about should it be unanimous now. Should he be the unanimous MVP? And I think he should. I absolutely think it. There's nobody in this league that is more valuable to their team than he is to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nobody. He's the best player in the world. He scores on a nightly basis, and we're not talking the 5th and 6th goal in a 6-1 game. We're talking game-winning goals, overtime winners, clutch, just clutch. And you know what's going to happen? And I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying this for whoever's listening. When these two, because not to be looked past is the fact that Mitch Marner's over his past 31 games is on a 147-point pace. Like, let's not overlook that. These two in the first round are going to be so sick of this narrative that they cannot get it done in clutch situations when it comes to playoffs, and they're going to go beast mode.
Okay, so were they not sick of it last year? Was like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're thinking that like this is going to be the big change, like
no, they're not. They're not. I'm telling. They're another year more matured. They have the Boston Bruins most likely to exercise their demons against, which I think really, really is good for them. I really do. The team itself around them is so much deeper than it ever has been. Like, there's never been a time in my 23 years of life where the Toronto Maple Leafs defense has been this good. Where you're having to sit Timmy Liljegren. You're having to sit like Ilya Lyubushkin, who put up 10 hits last night against you guys. I didn't watch the game. That's just a stat. I actually don't know how he played, but I'm assuming it was pretty good.
I didn't really pay too much attention to him, so I couldn't really
Ilya
say.
Lyubushkin, I don't expect you to. Our backup goaltender, Sheldon Keefe said after the game, it was the best performance he's put on in the NHL so far.
Yeah, he played really well. Yeah, absolutely.
And this is a guy doesn't even have 10 starts in the National Hockey League. And I think as fans, we already can see a little bit, like, we could trust this guy more than Mrazek. Oh my God. Like,
oh, probably.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And Jack Campbell, when he was, like, the past 3 games that he's played, he's looked fantastic. And he looks back to form. And that's all we need. You get that, and you mix that with the best player and the best duo with Matthews, and then Matthews and Marner, with that defense core and that goaltending, there's no way Boston beats us. No way. If they play to the level they can, another year more matured, there's no way. And then once that happens, Tampa, Florida, Carolina, Washington, Pittsburgh, whoever, New York, watch out. Watch out.
And again, this is just, just as a not Leafs fan, everything you just said is the same story we've heard for the past 3 or 4 years. Is Matthews is the best player in the world, Marner's the best player in the world, we're so good, we're so great, we're so this, we're so that.
But I just gave you the reasons why it's different this year. And that is...
But the thing is, they're the same
team around them is so much better.
They're the same reasons I've heard the past 3 seasons. Our very first episode last year, you talked about how that Maple Leafs team last season was the best Leafs team you've ever seen. And they still did the exact same thing that they do every year.
And this one's better. That's what I'm telling you. This one's better.
I know. But
and more mature. And more clutch. They're not, like... They're beating the good teams. They are crushing the good teams. Bob McKenzie on TSN 1050 a couple days ago said this. And this is where I'm seeing maturation from the big guys. I guess Sheldon Keefe went in after the loss to Montreal a couple weeks ago, and there were a few other lesser teams, Arizona, that we lost to. Sheldon Keefe tore into them and said, you can't lose to these teams. And the big guys, and he didn't say names, but I'm going to assume they're the Tavareses, the Matthews, the Nylanders, the Marners, said, Coach, don't worry. We'll get it done when it comes down to it. And what have they been doing for the past 2 weeks? They slapped Boston. They slapped Florida. They slapped Tampa. They did lose one of those games to Florida. And it was not the best way you want to lose a game, but to go into Florida and take 3 or 4 points, come on.
Oh, that's impressive. No, absolutely. I'm just saying I won't buy into the hype or like believe the hype until they actually do something. Because it's the same. It's the same story I've heard. The past 5 years is the Leafs are the best team. We get the best player. We get the best this, the best that. We're a different team. We're a better team.
I've never said before this year. I never one time said we had the best player. Connor McDavid, up until this point, has been the best player.
No, I'm not just talking to you specifically, but Leafs fans. Leafs fans have been running that narrative.
Well, I'm telling you, while you're watching the Toronto Maple Leafs in the playoffs and not the Montreal Canadiens, you're going to eat your words. So that's how that's going to go, and I can almost guarantee it. The way this team is playing right now, there's no way that any of those teams beat them. We slap Florida, we slap Tampa, we slap Boston, if that's what it comes down to. And that's how I feel. And that's what I'm seeing from this team right now.
Well, anyways.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And the Toronto Blue Jays just hit another jack.
Oh, yeah. Great stuff.
Great stuff. Okay, so
just on the Montreal end of last night, Jake Allen got hurt on the first goal there.
I did not see it.
Yeah, so he just I don't really know. They said lower body. It looked like he got stretched out a little bit. So Montembeault played. Yeah, probably a groin. Montembeault played the 2.5 periods there. Felt bad for him. His first shot of the game is Auston Matthews walking down the middle and ripping it past him for his second of the game.
Yeah.
He's like, Montembeault probably hasn't played in about 2 weeks. Fucking barely sees a puck in like warm-ups and stuff, and that's the first shot he faces coming in.
Yeah.
And then the winning goal there was just a funny shit bounce off Jordan Harris's foot and in. But yeah, Montembeault played all right. Caufield scored again.
Yep. Do you want to get into that conversation now?
Well, it's like, yeah. So I'm going to start this off by saying this is not anything I've ever said to Ave or have tried this comparison. It's just a comparison that we've seen that we just want to kind of discuss. Yeah, address it. So there's been comparisons between Caufield and Matthews, which are just kind of
totally
ridiculous.
Unfair to Cole Caufield. Totally unfair to Cole Caufield.
Yeah, like there's very few players in the league that can compare to Auston Matthews. Probably McDavid, Draisaitl, Marner, Huberdeau, kind of.
McKinnon.
Yeah, I'll give you McKinnon.
Yeah.
So there's like five players that you can.
And we're talking offensively, by the way. We're talking offensively. We're not talking about defense right now. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But just like offensively, like there's very few players you can legitimately compare Auston Matthews to, and it's not just a whitewash of a discussion.
Yeah.
Because there's like other great offensive players in the league that just don't compare to Auston Matthews.
No. And it's not fair to do that.
No, Caufield's got fucking like what, under 100 NHL games under his belt.
Yes.
And Matthews is what, 450 ballpark? Probably about there.
I think he just hit his 400th game.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So yeah, like just not a great comparison just in that aspect.
Yeah.
I've always hated comparing centers to wingers just because it's two entirely different, sets of responsibilities and roles.
Yeah. And just let me chime in here for a second.
Yeah.
And this is I'm not saying anything bad about Caufield when I say this, but I would compare him more to William Nylander, and that's a hell of a compliment.
Yeah, and 100%. That's a lot more. There's a lot more. You can actually have that debate.
Yeah. Sorry, I just have to. I saw one more outrageous take from a Habs fan on Twitter.
Go for it.
They said, they said there is nobody except for Nick Suzuki that I would rather have on the like they said that they would rather have Suzuki than Matthews. That's the only player on the Montreal Canadiens that they would rather not have. Does that make sense? Sorry, I'm kind of fumbling on my words, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, so saying in a comparison, they would take Matthews over every Hab except Suzuki.
Yeah.
And again, like no disrespect to Nick Suzuki, I'm like his number one fan here. I fucking back him for 54 episodes. I've backed Nick Suzuki as like a great.
We can agree that's outrageous, though, right?
Yeah, like that's just again
there's one player in the league that you would second guess yourself trading for Matthews, and it's McDavid. That's. And I still, if Edmonton called today and said, we'll give you McDavid for Matthews, I say no. No, not going to happen. Sorry.
I think that's just a ridiculous take. I think basically other than Edmonton, any other team you say whatever their number one center is for Auston Matthews, I think every other team in the league says yes, bar Edmonton.
And even then, they have a pretty stupid front office, so you never know. Yeah, but anyway, so big game last night. Unanimous heart. I think it's got to be. Shesterkin's fallen off. Huberdeau doesn't play defense. Don't even go there. Like McDavid's been going off again, but sorry, buddy.
Can I just circle back to Caufield for 1 second here?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I know you don't like this because it's not his full season. But under Marty St. Louis, 27 games, 17 goals, 13 assists for 30 points.
Yeah.
He's on pace under 82 games with St. Louis for 52 goals and 91 points. That is the production level he's putting up.
That's solid production, but like I said, that's why I compare him to more of a William Nylander because
I wasn't using that to the Auston Matthews comparison as like a, one way or the other, but just
yeah, like, but that kind of feeds into the Nylander comparison though, right? Because it wasn't over a full stretch. Like he did have that inconsistent stretch at the beginning, even if it was under that idiot Dominique Ducharme.
Like straight up a Robin of a Calder.
Yeah, how did that guy take any team, let alone that team, to a Stanley Cup final?
Well, the thing is, he changed the system from last season to this season. Because, like, you could see the players were just, especially defensively, we were just fucking all over the place. Nobody had a clue what we were doing.
Yeah.
And the whole thing, the back half of that year was that, defensively we were fucking solid. We locked it down. We had the big four running, 25, 26 minutes a game for them. Like, so I don't know what the fuck he did.
That's terrible. Like he might be the worst coach in NHL history, man.
He's got. I can't think of anyone really worse off the top of my head here.
Yeah, like Babcock had his flaws and stuff, but.
I mean, the thing is, like, Babcock was really, really fucking good in Detroit for a very long time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that. So I wouldn't be able
to Toronto. I was touting him as the best coach in the league.
100%. I still think that he is one of the best in the league's history. Like,
yeah, for that stretch, absolutely.
Yeah. And even though the time in Toronto didn't work out, how everyone thought it would, I still don't think that's that doesn't take away the shine from everything else he's done.
Well, what does take away the shine, though, is when his former players come out and say what an asshole he was. You don't like it. Like, Johan Franzen, I think it was, came out and said that guy, like, on several occasions, just to be a dick, made dick moves, like, in hometowns, sitting guys. Yeah. Like, just because. Like scratching Spezza on opening night as his first game as a Leaf. Hometown Leaf kid, healthy scratch because he doesn't know the power play yet. Like that's stupid. That's just being an asshole. To be an asshole. Okay. Saying I have power, you don't. Fuck you. Is basically what he's saying.
What I will say in response to that is I don't know who said it though. It was a quote about Scotty Bowman. You're probably the greatest coach in NHL history. Okay. I don't think that's up for debate. And they said 364 days of the year you hate Scotty Bowman. You hate playing for him. You hate everything. But on day 365 you get your Stanley Cup ring. And I think Mike Babcock is in that ballpark because he had that great success, the cups and everything. It didn't work out in Toronto, like I said, but like it's hard to argue the method when you get the success like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, results speak for themselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I think it didn't work out in Toronto, and sucks to suck, but
yeah, he was awful in Toronto. That what he did with Marner too. Do you remember that situation?
Yeah, but here, like the thing is, if he's a dick and they win, nobody cares. He's a dick and they didn't win. That's why it was an issue.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So what else happened in Leafland this week?
Well, obviously there was the big game against the Dallas Stars in which Auston Matthews first tied Rick Vaive's record and then broke it.
Yeah.
Or no, he broke it and then scored another goal. He tied the record prior to that, the game prior to that. But, yeah, that overtime winner was just, man, so much strength to cut to the center of the ice like that. He almost kicked Tyler Sagan's stick into the stands. Did you see that? No. Like, Sagan came in, like, because he kind of, like, in the one shot of the goal, you can see his eyes, like, just kind of, like, go like this, like Matthews' eyes. And then he, like, you could see he locks on Tyler Sagan. He goes, I am going to absolutely burn this guy. And he goes around, and then Sagan tries to give him a slash on the leg, and Matthews sticks his absolute tree trunk leg out and almost booted Sagan's stick into the stands. It was crazy. It was. I honestly, that was one of the nicer goals that he scored, and that's saying something. Just burns 3 guys. Oh my God. And then, did you see the picture that he took with Rick Vaive yesterday?
I did, yes.
How do his legs look like? I don't mean to sound weird here, but those are the craziest quads I've ever seen in my life.
Marty St. Louis.
Before this, I've seen Marty St. Louis quads. Before this, the craziest quads I've ever seen in my life belonged to Sidney Crosby. That man's legs are scary, but Auston Matthews' legs are just huge. It actually looks like he has hockey pants on in that picture, but he doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, sorry if that's weird, but no wonder he's so strong on the puck, man. How are you supposed to knock a guy off the puck when he's that big, and fast, and just, oh my God. Anyway, do you want to have a little bit of a chat about why Auston Matthews should be unanimous MVP?
I mean, I don't think it's much of a chat, because here's the thing: is you are dead set on Auston Matthews winning MVP unanimously. I don't think it'll be unanimous, and I think there's still other guys who will get votes, and who, Huberdeau is my guy, who I think if Auston Matthews isn't going to win it, it's going to be Huberdeau.
So you think Shesterkin's probably played himself out of it here?
I think Shesterkin's probably played himself out. He'll probably finish maybe a third. But yeah, that's the thing is I'm not going to have this passionate, heated debate with you, because it's not like it's Carey Price versus Auston Matthews for the Hart. Then we would literally have a fucking 6-hour full debate.
Special show. Yeah.
We'd have to bring in a moderator at that point, probably.
Yeah.
But I know your big point is that Huberdeau doesn't play 200 feet. And my point is, I don't care if you're putting up 100 and some points, franchise record, leading one of the best teams in the league.
But the thing for Huberdeau, the other thing is he's not even the best player on his team. I would say Barkov is a better hockey player than Huberdeau. Huberdeau might be putting up the points, but that doesn't necessarily make him a better hockey player. And I don't know, if Huberdeau's there, then Mitch Marner has to be there too. Counter argument.
I think I'll allow that. I definitely don't think if someone said Marner's a top 3 or top 5 guy in Hart voting, I wouldn't be surprised by that. It wouldn't
surprise me at all either.
Yeah.
Speaking of awards, did you see what happened in NC in college hockey with that goaltending fiasco?
No.
Okay, so the Hobey Baker is the MVP of college hockey, and then there's another award for best goaltender. I forget what it is, but the Hobey Baker was awarded to McKay, some McKay kid, Dryden McKay, I think it is.
Yes, Dryden McKay, Minnesota State University.
But the best goaltender award was given to Devin Levi.
That makes no sense at all.
So how could you not be the best goaltender, but
be the best player?
The best player.
Okay. My only thing with that is it's similar to the Hart, where it's most valuable to their team. If the Hobey Baker is most valuable to their team, then I could maybe see that, maybe. But if it's just straight up best player, then that's really fucking stupid.
It doesn't make any sense. I think it is the best player in college hockey. It's similar to the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah. Because I know that's the thing which leads to a lot of debate about the Hart, is because it's most valuable player to their team, not just outright best player. But yeah, if the Hobey Baker isn't outright best player, then that's a joke.
That doesn't make any sense.
Or sorry, no, if it's not most valuable for their team, then that's a joke.
Oh yeah, no, I just say like the whole situation to me doesn't make any sense. Is what I'm saying. Like it's
that's really fucking stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about college hockey for now, because I don't think Matty Nyes is signing.
I think who's the Habs guy? Struble, I think, is going to do another year at Northeastern too. So
yeah, it is what it is. It be what it be. And you want to move on to some fill in the blanks?
Yeah, we got a couple fill in the blanks.
Maybe what it.
So Ryan Getzlafs announced that he's retiring at the end of the season.
Yeah, hell of a career.
Great career. So there's a blank % chance that he's a Hall of Famer.
See, I think it's got to be 100%. We're talking about a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, right?
Yep.
We're talking about a Stanley Cup champion.
Yep.
We're talking about a guy who captained the same team for his entire career. Well, wasn't the captain, obviously, his entire career, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Once he was captain.
Well, yeah, he was the leader of that team. Like, when I think of the Anaheim Ducks, I think of Ryan Getzlafs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%.
Rocked the absolute best bald head I've ever seen. So that's a point for sure in the Hall of Fame books. I don't even I don't have the stats in front of me. I guess I can pull them out.
I can give you a couple here. He's the Anaheim franchise leader in assists in a single season. He's their all-time point leader. He's got 1,101 games with 982 points, which is just fucking ridiculous. International, he's won he's won stuff at junior level. He's won stuff at the Olympic level, world championships, World Cup of hockey. Like,
yeah, he's got a heck of a resume here.
Yeah, like there was some debate on hockey Twitter about whether he was a Hall of Famer. I don't understand how there's a debate at all.
Yeah, I don't think there. To me, there's not a whole lot of debate. He's 36 years old and like I said, Stanley Cup champion, Olympic gold medalist. Like, just come on.
Like I think if you put that resume behind any player, yeah, it's guaranteed Hall of Famer.
Yeah. So I think we can agree on that one. Oh, I'm a little bit behind you.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I can't wait to watch it. Anyway.
So speaking of Laddie, the Blue Jays are going to win blank games this year.
Oh, wow. But, holy lightning, you're right, that was a bomb. But, I'm going to put, I think
it's
they win
162 games, right?
Yeah, I think they win 100 games. Easy.
I'll go 110.
I think they can. I was going to say 110 too. I think they could. They'll probably be in that ballpark. Yeah. They're the second most favored team to win the World Series this year, eh? Tied for second in odds.
They look fucking great. Now this is a Toronto team I can get behind, and I buy the hype.
Man, Toronto sports fans right now must be absolutely going crazy. Seriously, when's the last time? I don't think this has ever happened, to be honest with you. Leafs, Raptors, Blue Jays, all going to be in the playoffs this year.
Shit.
Like,
seriously. If TFC keep playing the way they do, they're doing all right now. We've got Lorenzo and Insigne coming in the summer. That could be it could be a great year for Toronto sports.
That's what I'm saying. Vladdy, flex the jacket, pal. Anyway. Yeah, no, it's a good time to be a Toronto sports fan right now. Even in like the duos we got Vladdy and Bo, Matthews and Mitchie, Siakam and Fred, and then you add Scotty Barnes in there too. I love Scotty Barnes. And then, like you said, Insigne. And
if him and Pozuelo link up, like, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be
so good times.
Yeah, I got one more fill in the blank for you. Blank is gonna win the Masters.
Well, I think by the time this comes out, we've come to the conclusion that when this episode drops, the Masters will most likely be over.
Should be around that ballpark, yes.
Yeah, unless there's like a massive playoff or something. But I don't see it happening because Scotty Scheffler is almost last I checked, I'm not watching it right now, but he is playing some of the best golf I've ever seen. And I love golf. I watch golf a lot. Like, I watch every Thursday through Sunday. That's what you can catch me doing now that football season's over. And yeah, man, he is on fire. He just took the world number 1 spot from John Rahm, and everybody was like, maybe it's a little too early to give him the world number one. Like he's got his first 3 wins of his career this year. That's why he's the world number one right now. But now he's walked into Augusta National, and it's a cakewalk. It's unbelievable. It's a cakewalk for him.
It literally looks like he's playing the fucking PGA game on like amateur.
Yeah, he's dialed, like straight up dialed. And another just shout out, gotta say it, the GOAT put forward a great effort. He might not have finished where he wanted to, but for him to even be golfing on the weekend to make the cut after Friday, sorry, that's incredible. He almost died and lost his leg 14 months ago. And he is now, and he's 46.
Oh wow, I didn't think he was that old.
He's 46. He won his first Masters in '97, man.
Okay, so I was 1.
I wasn't even born yet, and Tiger Woods was like, pardon my French, but making Augusta his bitch. Like, oh my god, I was -1 years old. Anyway, so yeah, Scotty Scheffler's my pick. You have no idea, so I'm gonna let you just throw me a name.
I'm just gonna go with Scotty Scheffler because he's the only person I know who's golfing besides Tiger Woods, and we just went over how Tiger Woods isn't gonna win. So
I think yesterday he was 7 over. I'm not sure what he's doing today. So I'll give you the leaderboard here, just so we can give you a little bit of a, So Scotty Scheffler's at 9 under. Cam Smith, the Australian, and full-time certified beauty. Cam Smith is the mullet man. He is 6 under. Sungjae Im from South Korea is 4 under. Shane Lowry is at 2 under. And tied with him for 4th is Charles Schwartzel.
So I have no idea who any of those guys are. Not a single.
Yeah, no, I'm just giving you their countrymen, so you can maybe pick a country. I don't know. So we got Shane Lowry out of Ireland, and we got Charles Schwartzel out of South Africa. Still going with Scotty Scheffler?
Still going to go with Scotty Scheffler because you say he's going to win, so I'm going to trust you on that.
And actually, honorable mention, tied for 6th right now. Got to give him a shout. The Canadian, Corey Connors.
Hey.
At 1 under, tied for 6th.
Good for him.
Let's go, Corey. Anyway, that's enough about other sports.
Yep.
So, let's give you a little bit of a preview for the week in both Leaf and Habland. So, the Leafs this week, couple home games. First one on Tuesday against Buffalo, which is always fun. It'll be Owen Power's first game in the National Hockey League.
Confirmed, or?
Confirmed, yeah. He's plays his first game against the Toronto Maple Leafs on Tuesday. Then Ovi and the boys are in town on Thursday. And Saturday night, it looks like we are in the nation's capital, Ottawa.
Yep. Heater for the end of the week there.
Yeah, and there's also a Sunday game back-to-back, but we'll talk about that next week.
Yep. So the Habs, we've got the Jets tomorrow in Montreal.
Fuck the Jets.
Fuck the Jets. The big thing with that is, and not just because of Jake Allen's injury, but Carey Price traveled with the team this week. And there were kind of some rumors on Friday that he was going to start last night. He didn't. But with Jake Allen getting hurt, kind of rumors going around is that Monday night might be the return of Carey Price. Which gets me going.
How do you feel about this, though? What if the only reason they're playing him is so that they can show that he's still valuable and trade him? Because that's what I've been hearing, is that they want him to get some games in so that he has trade value.
I mean, either way, I would like to see him play, whether it's for trade value, whether it's so he can, play next season with us. Like, he's got a full no move. He's got, I think, 3 or 4 years left on his deal. So the way I look at it is if he wants to retire Montreal Canadian, he gets to retire Montreal Canadian. It's fully in his.
I can see him wanting the cup.
If he left, I would not hold it against him. I would absolutely back him if he wanted to leave. But the thing right now is it doesn't matter what Hughes and Gorton or Jeff Molson or, anyone wants other than Carey Price, which is kind of nice. If the game's in Montreal, so if he does start, that's probably going to be one of the loudest the Bell Center's ever been when he gets announced as starting goalie.
Yeah, if that would be cool to see. Cool to see him come back from all the stuff that he's gone through, injuries, other personal issues. It's good to see him back, traveling with the team. Anyway.
Wednesday, we travel to Columbus. Friday, we're back in Montreal against the Islanders. And then Saturday night, again in Montreal against the Capitals.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys have when did you say you had the Islanders? Friday night?
Friday night against the Islanders, Saturday against Capitals.
Yeah, we have the Islanders are doing their Canadian trip because they're in town on Sunday. That's the Sunday game I was talking about. So there you go. Okay, is there anything else that we forgot to mention, left out? Like you said, there wasn't a whole lot that happened in the world of hockey this week other than Auston Matthews cementing himself as the best player in the National Hockey League.
Quick shout out to Justin Barron, scored his first NHL goal for the Habs in a loss against the Senators. Fucking great goal. Do you see it?
No.
Walks the blue line. The kid's like 20. Walks the blue line perfectly, dangles around, guy rips it top cheddar.
Love to see it.
Great stuff.
Love to see the young guns skilling it up.
Oh, you definitely saw the Zegras assist last night, eh?
Yeah. No, he deserves to get punched in the face.
Yeah. He's got to get a black eye for that. Sorry, guys. That's the rules.
If you're just listening, I'm being totally sarcastic.
100%.
That's an outrageous take.
Yeah. And speaking with Habs injuries, the Habs became the most injured team in NHL history. With 676 man games lost as of last night's game.
Still suck.
Yeah. The second place team for this season is Buffalo with 516 games. So we're nearly 200 games ahead of them.
Happens.
Also, just another kind of the other end of this scale, which is ridiculous. The Flames are the healthiest team in the league. They've only lost 76 games due to injury this year.
Who, sorry?
The Calgary Flames have only lost 76 games to injury this year.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. For sure is.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's pretty much it for the week. We will see and talk to you guys next Sunday. If you're listening to this, something that you'll definitely enjoy, go listen to the Game Sports Show. He just had a sit-down interview with James Duthie, and I think that's really, really cool. Duthie is one of my favorite broadcasters.
Phenomenal
stuff. If you like us, you'll love him. So go over and give our boy David a view or a click or however you listen to it, Spotify. Same places you get our podcast. So the website, YouTube, all the above. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week.